Hello guys, welcome. I'm Oluwafemi. Today I'll be taking us through the second module of our training. That's the second module, the question 1 or the first mini project and the question 2. This is the question 2 for the second for the first mini project. This is the question 2. I've solved the question 1 in the previous video, which I was able to explain to us how we are going to find the relationship between two tables, how to look out for them in a very technical way. So today I'll be treating the question 2, and I want you all to pay attention while we learn together. Okay, the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to read this question very comprehensively so that we can understand what we're actually looking out for. Now the question states, create 4 distinct customer segments using the total revenue, and we know we can get our total revenue using this particular formula, which is order quantity times what the unit price by customer. That means you create a distinct customer segment using total revenue. That means you create them according to the total revenue they generate. That's the customer according to their revenue. Let me put it that way. All right. Then list the customer details. They gave the customer details here to be ID and company name. You get, and then the revenue and the segments the customer belongs to. This is just the question we are asked to solve. Now, when you have questions like this, the things you look out for are the key things you can actually see. Here is key for me. Here is a key for me. Here is a key for me, and here is a key for me. Even the revenue is a key for me. Yeah, they are key for me. All these things you can see here, they are key for me. So I will check which table can I find this particular ID, which table can I find this company name. Then I will go to my table. This is my table here. The first thing I'm looking for is the ID and the company name. So let me see ID and company name. The ID and company name, where can we find that? Let me go to customer table. This is customer table here. All right, this is customer table. This is customer ID and company name. Customer ID and company name. This is it. We have it here, but here we're having ID. Now let me still check further if there's a place where we have ID, because I know it is this customer ID that we actually need. Yes, it is this customer ID we need. So we can find customer ID in what? In sales.customer. Where else can we find customer ID? Let's go down again and see where we can find customer ID. In our sales order details, nothing like customer ID. Let me check our sales order header. Let me see whether we see customer ID. Okay, we have customer ID here. That means our sales order header has a relationship with the customer table. So we're going to be joining our customer table with the sales order header table. Now let's go as we solve this together. Now the very first thing that I'll tell us is, in this process I'll be using what we call CTE. CTE is called common table expression. The common table expression is only, should I say, is stored, because it is not actually stored anywhere. It is not stored anywhere because you need to keep running it, the select statement, anytime you want to run it. So that's why I said it is not stored anywhere, but it remains on the memory of the computer system. So each time you want to use your CTE, you must always run it. Unlike the temp table, that's a temporary table, you don't need to run it anytime you want to use it. But when it comes to CTE, you must always run it because it's just like it has a temporary memory. Now for you to write your CTE, you must start with this keyword. This is the keyword for CTE, and you must declare your CTE name. Now let me declare my CTE name here as customer revenue. Then I'll go customer customer, then revenue, customer revenue. Then I'll go again. After you declare your CTE name, you must include this keyword, which is what you are declaring it as. Then you open a bracket. Then to make your work neat, you can decide to go down and see. Then let's start with our select statement. Then you write with your what? Select. What are we selecting? It is stated here, ID and company name. So we can just come down and still write our ID, that's customer ID, customer ID, customer ID. I put comma, then customer, did I get that right? Okay, I got it right. Then let me go down. Then company name, let me write the company name, the company name, the company name, the company name. All right, this is the company name. Then I can put my comma here. Then another thing we are asked to do here is we are asked to return our total revenue, and we'll be given the formula to return our total revenue here. So what you're going to do is just that you are going to sum your revenue so that you'll be able to get your total revenue. Now you use an aggregate function, which is the sum. This is an aggregate function. Then you open a bracket, then you put your order quantity, order QTY, then asterisk, then the unit price, all right. Now we have established that. Then we can close it. Then we'll give it an alias, which is as total what? Revenue. Total revenue. Now we've done that. Now the other thing we're going to do is we're going to start joining our tables. Excuse me. So now all these things we have established here, where can we find it? Which table can we find them? We've established that our customer ID and our company name can be found what? In customer table. Yeah, you can find it in the customer table. Then this, you can find it in our sales. Where is it? You can find it in sales. You can find it in sales order details. So now we have established that it's customer ID that is connecting the sales order header and the customer table. So we're going to join these two tables together. Now let's continue. Then you come down again, you write your from sales. Okay, let me come down to make this my work neat. Let me say sales lt dot customer. That is where we can find that. That is a table. Then I join it with the sales order header. Then I write the word join. Let me come down. Then what am I joining it with? I'm joining with sales lt dot sales order header. Yeah, sales order header dot sales order header. Yeah. Now on what am I joining? What is the similarity? What is the similarity between these two tables? That's what I'm going to write now. On what am I joining is that's on customer. Okay, before then, let me give this an alias so that I'll just reference this. Let me just give this small letter C. Let me give this sales SOH. Yeah, SOH on. Then I'll reference the table, which is C dot customer ID equals to SOH dot customer ID. we can see we have been able to establish this. We've been able to establish this. Let me pull this forward so that my work will be neat. Let me put this to space forward, so that I'll have a neat work. Yeah, yeah, two. Then let me push this once. Then you go twice. Then my join will go once. All right, now I've been able to do this. Okay, let me, this is from this table, this is from C dots, then this is also from C dots. Okay, now we have been able to establish the relationship between the sales order table and the what and the customer table. Now we are looking for a relationship that will actually give us this. And now if you check your table that has your order quantity and your unit price, if you check it, let me collapse this, let me check this. If you check this table, if you check this table very well, what you can see here is as a primary key is sales order ID. This is sales order ID. Then you're going to look for any other table you can see the sales order ID. Let me go down and check sales order ID, where I can find the sales order ID also. Sales order ID. Okay, let me check this sales order ID. Let me check this sales order ID. Okay, sales order ID, sales order ID. That means the sales order detail and the sales order header have the sales order ID. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join them together. I'm going to join them together. So I'm going to write another join here. That's another join, another join, then I'll come down. Then the two table I want to join together is the sales. I want to join with this table now. This table up here now is the sales order details. Yeah, sales order details. So I'll write sales dot sales order details. Yeah, sales order details. Let me give this an alias. That's SOD. Yeah, on what am I joining it? I'm joining it on this table, which is sales order header. This table on sales order header. Okay, sales order header dot sales order ID. Sales order ID equals to SOD dot sales order ID. Now I've been able to establish this. I've been able to establish it. But now very quickly, let me group this. Let me group by, use your word, group by. When you are grouping by, you must select everything you have here, everything you have here except the aggregate value. You cannot group by your aggregate value because it's a derived field. You derived it. It does not have a column. It's not a real column. You derived it, but these are the real columns, so you must reference this in your group by. So you come down and you order by C dots customer ID and comma C dots customer name, company name. You see, we've been able to do that. That's a city. We've been able to write a city, but after your city you must always close it with a bracket. So let me close this with a bracket. Let me close this with a bracket, and then you put your comma. Now let me arrange this in a way that it will make more sense. Okay, let me push this. Let me push this 3 step. Let me push this 1 step here. Here 3 step. Then group by 1 step. I've separated the two of them. Sorry. Let me come here. Okay, 1 step. Then the group by 1 step. Then this. Let me do it 2 times. Okay, I think this makes more sense. All right, now the very next one I'm going to do is, they said we should do it as customer, or we should segment it as customer. We should segment it as customer revenue. That means the revenue, the customer, you know, the revenue of the customer. That's why they say we should segment. What is segment? Division, or we should partition, or we should group. That's what it means. All right, now let's continue. Then we're going to write a subquery. We're going to write another subquery. We'll write a subquery here. This is a subquery here. We're going to write segmented customer. Now we want to segment our customer according to the revenue. That's what we want to do in this subquery here. So you can write by saying segmented customers. Segmented customers. Now I've been able to establish that. Then I will do my as, then I will open a bracket. Then let me now start with my select statement. Now let me come down and write my select statement. Select all. Select all. Let me put a space here. Select all. Then I'll put a comma. The reason why I'm putting a comma here is because I want to use a particular function that is called neato. I want to use a particular function that is called neato in SQL. What this particular thing does is because it groups a particular data in order, in, okay, let me put in descending order. Yeah, in descending order. That's biggest to the smallest. Yes, in descending order. Then it now partition them. It partition them and divide them into the number of partition that you want. Okay, now let me just do what I want to do here. Okay, I've selected. Then I can use the word my native NTILE, right? Yeah, that's the word. NTILE, that's the word. Then since they say it's 4 segments, you just put 4 in a quote. Just put 4 in a quote, then you close the bracket. Then you say over, then you open another bracket. Then you order by total revenue in descending order. Order by revenue in descending order. By total revenue, sorry, not revenue, total revenue in descending order. DESC, yeah, DESC in descending order as revenue segments. You're going to give this particular you're going to give it an alias. You give it an alias as revenue segment. All right, we've been able to do that. Now, where do we want to extract, where do we want to get this particular information from? Where? From which table? From which derived field you want to get this from? That's when we will now write from from customer revenue. Customer revenue. From customer revenue. This is our customer revenue here. This is it. The whole of this the whole of this statement here, the city I told us about, it's our customer revenue. This thing you are seeing here is the one that will give us our customer revenue. This whole statement here is our customer revenue. So this is where it's fetching this information from. This code we wrote here like this is fetching its information from this highlighted queries. So let's continue. I think we've been able to do that. So we close this, our open bracket. Let's close it down here. Let's close it down here. Let me take it back. All right. Okay. Let me take this here. All right. I'm just doing this so that our work will be well organized. Okay. Now I think we are done. Now, what did you want to return? You know, after every statement, or if you write a select statement, you must always after writing some statements, you must always have what you want to return. Now, what do we want to return? Let's start here. Now we're going to have our select statement. Select. Now, what do we want to select? We don't want to select all, but we're going to select those specific thing that was related to us in this particular question. It said the customer ID, the company name, and the what, and the total revenue. That is what we're going to select, and that is what we're going to put here. So we'll go down, we put customer what, customer ID, customer ID, okay, customer ID, comma, I can come down again, company name, company name, then I put comma, then I come down again, then I'll write my total revenue. Total, you know, revenue. All right, I've done that. Then you put your comma again. Now, you know, we said we want to partition this into 4. Now this is where your case statement will come in. Now it is a segment we want to do. We want to what? We want our revenue to be segmented, and that is what we want. That's when you use your case statement. Your case statement, then you write case, write case, then let me say revenue segment. Yeah, revenue. What am I writing? Revenue segment. Revenue segment. All right, now I will now start to give my conditions. Which conditions do I want to give? Revenue segment. Which condition do I want to give? Okay, I'll start with when one, then when I have 1, what should happen? You know, I told you it's 4. When I have 1, then what should I have? Let me say what should I say it? Very high revenue. Let me just put very high revenue. Let me say very high revenue. Let me use the word very high, not to just save our time. Okay, very high. Then when I have 2, when 2, then what should I have? I'll put I, just I is fine. I'll just put I. I'll just put hi, and I'll close that. All right. Then when I have three, when I have three, when I have three, that's, let me write, when when three, then low. Let me use the word low. Low. Let me use word low. Then let me come. Then when four, when four, then let me use very low. Very low. Then I'll close. Now I've been able to establish my conditions. Yes, I've been able to establish my condition, and the next thing I'm going to do is I will end this as customer segment. I will end this as customer segment. Now let me end as when you use your this thing, when you're using your case, you must always end it. So I will end as customer segment, because that is what you were looking for. Customer segment, that's customer segment by revenue. That is what we're looking for. So segment, that's customer segment. And where are we deducting all these things from where? This is from, it's from this place, from this query here. So you must reference this query as your from. So you come down and you write from, let me use capital letter. Why am I using from segmented customers? Let me just copy. I don't want to type. Copy, then I'll paste it here, Control V. And then I want to order by total revenue. Let me order by total revenue. Let me copy here. I don't want to type. Control V. Hey, shirts. Sorry. Okay. Total revenue. That means I can copy from here. Copy. Then I'll paste. What's that? Control Z. Order by. Okay, let me put it here. Then I can space the revenue. Then let me do this in descending order. That's from top to bottom. Top to bottom. That's from top to bottom. Then I'll put my semicolon. I think I'm done with this. Yes, I'm done with this. This is what they asked us to look for. And this need tool, this need tool, what this one do is going to, I think we have like let's say we have 8. I think we have 8 customers and their money, they have their money or their revenue. What we're indirectly telling us that it should rank those 8 people and divide them into 4. That means it's going to take the top, that's the highest value, as 1. The next to it will be 2, and they will have what? Very high value. Those 2 value I just made mention of. Then it will take the 3 and the 4 to be what? To be high value. Then it will take the 5 and the 6 as low values. Then it will take the what? The 7 and the 8 as what? As very low. So that is the work of this need to we see here. It's just going to to order, to sort. Yes, it will sort first. Then when it sorts, it will order it in what? In descending order. Then when it order it in descending order, it's going to rank them in anything you have defined. That is it. And we said we run this in the CTE. This is a CTE common table expression. So that is it. So let's run this and see whether we have done the correct thing. Okay, you can see we've done the correct thing. You can see this guy, it took 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. It took 8 to be what? To be very high. Let's see where our I will stop. So this one should also be 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. You can see. Then let's go to our low. Let's go to our low. You can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. You can see. So all it does is just that it just sorts everything and it divided them into 4. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. You can see. So this is just like a partition. It is just like a partition. It's just like a partition. It just partitioned it for us. So that is that. This is what we're expected to do in our second assignment. That's the second question of the module 2 mini project 1. So if you understand what I've done here, please, and if you love what I do, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I hope this demonstration helps us to do our second or question 2 for the mini project 1. So in my next video, I'll be solving the question 3. Please stay tuned, and you can hit on the notification button so that you know when I update or upload new videos. Thank you very much, and God bless.